What's going on, everyone? It's Marcellus back with another video. We are going to talk about another altcoin gem here called Omni Network. So it's seeming like the new trend is for coins that have previously bottomed out in the past are now coming back to light. So as you can see, looking at the max time frame for this project, all the way from about 280 million inside of market cap all the way down to 34 million in market cap, right? It took a huge dive downwards, but now it's coming back. Now it's back at 189 million market cap, and the 24-hour trading volume for this is $697 million, along with 89.5% just in the last 24 hours, last 7 days, 91%, last 30 days, 227%. You can still see it's down 56% for the year, but 227% in the last 30 days is actually pretty good. And we're starting to see this with a lot of these altcoins. We're starting to see them coming back. This might be the first sign of an altcoin season. You're seeing less gains coming into projects like Bitcoin, well, the only project of Bitcoin, and then you're seeing those gains flow into a lot of the unknown, like the lesser known altcoins. Like, yeah, all these other altcoins are down a lot alongside of Bitcoin, but then we're getting the ones that haven't benefited from this current bull run. Kronos is another one of those that haven't benefited from this current bull run. If you actually look at the last year of Kronos, yes, it is up 64.7% in the last year. But if you look at it, it has not done what it's done in the past. Like, we're seeing stuff like Solana. Solana made new all-time highs or got close to it. Ethereum close to its previous highs, and we haven't seen, coins like Kronos do the same thing. So now we're starting to see those type of projects doing a lot better. So that is just kind of a breakdown of what's going on with all these altcoins. So I wouldn't say just jump in them now. That wouldn't be smart. You definitely want to wait for your pullbacks. You don't know how far it's going to pull back. But what I will say is usually it pulls back to the previous support areas. So if we were going to do the technicals for this, you could always just do a Fibonacci retracement, and then from that Fibonacci, you will then have your answer. So just kind of looking at this from this high, we're not even going to look at the previous highs, right? Or we could look at the previous highs. It would probably give you a more holistic point of view of what's going on. So let's go ahead and take this all the way up here from this previous high, which I don't even know if that's accurate, but hey, if it is, then it is. And this would bring us all the way down here. So yeah, it looks fairly accurate. The last resistance we had was all the way up here at like 14. So I think this project has the possibility to recover back to where it once was before. Because if you look at it before, like, that's actually pretty crazy. Just looking at the price all the way up here at the $29. What I don't understand is why over here it says that it got all the way up here to 56, which we know it didn't touch 56. If it did, it must have been a very brief touch of that level. But $29 is what we're really looking at, and you can actually see us bouncing off the top of this resistance at $8, and yeah, no sense, just about $8, right? So we pumped really hard with this project, reached close to about $8. Obviously, CoinGecko is not going to show it because whenever it touches there very briefly, pulls back hard. But if we were going to pull back, we're more than likely going to end up pulling back to the levels of our previous high. If you actually look at that, we can just put a horizontal line here, and we see multiple times that we hit this area, quite a few times actually. Over here, we've hit it here and here. So if we pull back from like how we came all the way up here, if we pull back, then we come back to about $3.50. So that it seems like a good pullback area for support, $3.50. So that's just a quick technical analysis, quick breakdown on what we could see here. Now, I know a lot of y'all are probably wondering, like, hey, what is this project? We don't even know what it is. So Omni is another one of those DeFi projects, right? We're seeing this across every single blockchain. We're seeing people creating their own blockchains and just making a whole DeFi project and trying to make it so it's more like BankFi, right? So it's like going to the banks. They're trying to, branch out from the whole DeFi thing, but still stay DeFi. But anyways, this is how they define themselves: the blockchains to banks. So one of those not blinking, but banking blockchains. Omni unifies the fragmented world of finance. So this is their Twitter. They don't really got much going on Twitter right now. Just posts trying to motivate the community, which is kind of crazy that you see such a huge jump in the price and the community is not even going crazy on Twitter. Like they're not even going crazy with it on Twitter. But anyways, let's talk about this. They say Omni is the easiest way to access users across all blockchains. You can build with their solver net, and they have their whole about page here: accelerate growth, multiply your deposits, and create lasting value with Omni solver net. Reach more users in days, not months. Integrates Omni solver net in days, no smart contract changes or audits required. So they also help with apps here. Simplify your app's user journey. Keep users in your app, gas and fees abstracted away. Every transaction takes less than 5 seconds. So they're really helping with banking, and they're also helping with banking apps. So it's definitely a good use case. So we're starting to see a lot of these projects like this that have actual use cases that people could actually use in a day-to-day basis. So yeah, and then this is their whole roadmap here. At the point we're at now, they're calling it liftoff, which is in progress. Additional build partners go live with SolverNet and improve and optimize performance for speed and capital efficiency. Swap support, gasless orders. So that's what they're working on right now. And then they have this coming up: new EVM, SVM, and ALTVM support, additional supported assets across chains, expand to more chains, grow number of SolverNet partners. And then this is their Zenith, which is open SolverNet for increased capital efficiency, lower latency deposit for users, increased support for chains and assets, and widely adopted across DeFi. So right now we're only at the lift off stage, and it is doing pretty big with the numbers, but you always have to remember when you see numbers like this, you want to be careful. Yes, it looks nice, it looks attractive, it makes you want to jump in to it now, but the problem with jumping into something like this at these prices, if it were to have a harder pullback, you would not be happy at all. And just by the looks of things here, it could keep going a little bit more. It could keep going to $8, maybe get rejected again or break past it. But you really want to be careful. You would definitely want to get in around $3.50 if you just look at what it did in the last 24 hours. Like, this is kind of overpriced right now, right? It just came out of nowhere. But yeah, this is definitely one of those gems that you want to watch out for. It may never go back down to $3.50, or it may do it. So you want to be careful, but definitely keep this on your watch list. I think this is going to be another good project. And there's too many good projects, so you can't really get in on every project. You just have to pick the ones that have potential, and this looks like it has potential. But anyways, this is all I got for y'all today. Hit the like button and subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you guys want me to go over next. And as always, I'll be back with another video.